Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 86. Today's date is March 14, 2021, and I am Duds, or Duds versus but known to the rest of the interwebs. You'd think I would have this right after doing this a second time.
And I am Jimbo, the guy who messed up our first recording. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23, but yeah, this is the second time today we've recorded this episode, and we talked a little about it in the pre-show.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we have a pre and post show. You can sign up for that for $1 a month on the Patreon. It's really cool. You get about 10 minutes pre-show, 10 minutes post-show, and we talk about random stuff, usually about Minecraft. We try to keep it on Minecraft, but today, big flubs were made, so we have to pick on Jimbo.
Yeah, it was definitely, show-related, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not good. I might sound different to most of you.
Mm-hmm.
I have to use a backup microphone, because the other one took a crap. It was pretty bad. I explained all this in the pre-show. But yeah, I got the blue snowball out. So
yeah,
I sound a little different. That's why.
You honestly sound better on the snowball than you do the Yeti.
Oh, no. That's just more confirmation. I need a mic.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but listening to it, I have a feeling Carl's going to probably agree with me.
Oh, wow.
That you sound better on the snowball than you do the Yeti. And that's crazy, because the snowball is such a cheap little mic, and it's just it's a beginner mic.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that it does sound so good, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. $50. That's it.
$50.
You can get a decent sounding mic.
That was my first mic, and I've got it saved and stored, and it's the backup if this one dies. But I don't think this one's going to die.
No, you should be safe. The Yeti will. If you have a Yeti, that might die on you.
Yeah, that's in a box in storage in the attic already.
Good.
Kick that thing to the curb.
Put that in the attic, in the back. Might not need it.
But anyways, what have you been up to this week, other than killing a podcast?
Yeah, so, so many hours ago, we talked about...
Yep.
Again, this week, I am trying to start a new day job. I got into the cryptocurrency trading.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of people, it's working out for them and stuff. This is, it's pretty complicated to get the hang of, but I don't know, once you get going and talking to some people and getting the feel of it, you kind of get a grasp of it a little bit. Now, I've only been looking at this for like a week, a little over a week now, and it seems like a good investment with the Bitcoin. It's actually, I don't know, it's a very expensive asset to have, so
yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad decision to purchase some, to hold some.
Mm-hmm.
I think one Bitcoin right now is like 61,000. It's crazy. It goes up and down every day. It's crazy.
I remember when I was in college, and I was an engineering student at UNC Charlotte, and I remembered kids my freshman year talking about Bitcoin, and they're like, "Yeah, this thing's worth like $3 now." I went, $3 for code? Are you serious?
Right.
They're like, "Yeah, this is awesome. This is going to be the greatest thing ever." And I was like, nah, thanks. Man, do I look like an idiot.
Oh, it's, yeah, what a story with the Bitcoin, that's for sure.
I want to say I remember hearing that a couple guys paid for a pizza with 160 Bitcoins at one point early on.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't worth much back then. But yeah, that pizza probably worth millions.
That's an expensive pizza.
Yeah, I hope they ate all that pizza. Didn't waste any of it.
I don't like the crust. You're going to eat the crust.
Eat that crust. You're eating it. Know how much that cost? Lamborghini. That crust cost a Lamborghini.
Other than Bitcoin trading, because you're not mining, but you're trading. What else have you been up to this week?
Well, I did do a little mining with my card.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it brought in like $50 already, something like that, since I started, which is almost 2 weeks. Yeah, I just put a little program. I was like, I wonder, how this works. Because, I was looking into everything, every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could really take advantage of your graphics card if you were to mine with it. So,
yeah,
I checked that out. And, yeah, it's like $50 so far.
Nice.
Sitting in there. And then, if Bitcoin goes up, it goes up. Pretty convenient.
Sounds like it.
That's definitely why the graphics cards aren't around.
Yeah.
That's the downside.
Miners are kind of my nemesis right now. I've been wanting to upgrade a computer for a long time, and I can't. Because you can't find the components.
Yeah, some people have hundreds. hundreds and hundreds of graphics cards.
Mm-hmm.
You could see why they would take advantage of it, the money you could make out of it. But yeah, they're trying to lower the hash rate on the mining for certain cards, like the higher up cards that are being all bought out. So that could help gamers on the PC get their hands on those cards.
Nah, they've already figured out how to get around that.
Yeah, I guess there's only like so many programs that they can limit or something, and they can't limit everything. So yeah, I mean, you still can't get one. But I had an episode I was going to finish this week, but I've been just researching all everything I need to know about doing these trading with the cryptocurrency and stuff, and it's going pretty well.
That's good.
Got some profit.
Yeah. And say I knew you hadn't been on much because I went to get my bottles for my bee farm.
Yeah.
There weren't no bottles.
Yeah.
Either Jimbo's siphoning the bottles for himself or he busy.
I got a secret hopper line to my storage.
My secret hopper line is now being secret hopper lined for you.
Yeah. Give me ideas.
Anyways, so some of the stuff I've worked on this week, the mountain, done a ton of mountain work, which was, it stunk because I did most of it on stream, which was a little bit better because we all I think I spent an hour working on decorating the mountain. We chilled and sat down. I broke out a notebook and we just started writing ideas down for my base that I can do in the ocean because it's supposed to be pirate themed, but it doesn't look pirate themed yet, mainly because I've been working on the inside of the base, not the exterior of the base.
Yeah, from the outside it doesn't.
Yeah, and we were throwing out ideas. I'm going to have to build a Kraken at some point. I'm going to have a couple ships in mid-combat.
Yeah, might as well go for it.
Yeah, I want to build a little tiny city that kind of hangs off the mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be really cool with little walkways and stuff that goes all around. I need to build myself a ship. I don't want to do these crazy detailed ships because there are some people out there who build these nautical ships and they're so detailed and so beautiful. It's I can't do that. I'll go nuts.
Yeah, best not to compete.
Yeah, you win, sir.
Yeah.
Other than that, I worked with villagers, and we all know how annoying that is.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up hooking up with you to record a little skit to show how annoying villagers are, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Anyone who listens to the show and doesn't watch my YouTube, one, you should go watch it because, just saying, little support. But I have Jimbo on and we do scripted skits every once in a while, and they're pretty funny.
Yeah, we get some good scrits in.
Scrits. Don't make fun of the way I talk.
I heard you say scrits.
Yeah.
I'm only going to let that go.
No. It's weird because one, we're recording this episode again, and two, it's 8 o'clock at night. That's something I'm not used to recording at.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole nother feel.
Yeah.
A whole different show. Well, that's because it isn't a whole different show.
It is a whole nother show.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I worked on was a Redstone game that's coming up. The problem I have with the Redstone game is the difficulty of it is extremely hard to win. So I'm having to tone that back while at the same time not taking away from the game. It's kind of a luck-based game. So I don't know if I should maybe increase the reward. So if you do win, it's really worth it. Or kind of leave it where it is for now.
Here's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like a lottery thing and you can hit a jackpot, it keeps filling up?
Mm-hmm.
And, you can hit a jackpot. The more people play it, you can take half the profits and half of it goes into a pot and it pays out if someone hits it.
That's a good point. I think I'd have to do a lot of that manually. Because right now the cost is 1 diamond to play and the winnings is 1 diamond block.
Mm.
So I'm betting on the fact that it would take someone or most people over 9 times playing to win, which it does. The only problem is I found it takes around 20 times to win before you win. So 20 diamonds to win once, 9 diamonds, that's not enough. That's a horrible win-loss ratio, so it's not worth it. I want it to be where you can win on 5 or 6 tries, but most of the time you're going to win 9 to 10 times, so I'm kind of breaking even.
Yeah,
But like you said, it's actually probably more worth it to make the total just kind of build and build and build. Because yeah, if you lose a lot, you lose a lot. But if you win, the reward is absolutely huge. And you're hoping the game's addictive enough that the other players on the server are also playing it, making the reward even bigger.
Right. And what would be really cool is if you had a counter like above the building that showed the total of the pot.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like blinking. That'd be neat.
It'd be hard, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, with the redstone and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, keeping a count isn't easy at all.
No. But other than that, I worked a little bit on build part 2 for the A-frame cabin. Not a lot of work done on there. I'm liking it because it's a creative episode and I don't have to grind for resources. I can just build. But at the same time, when you look at views on my channel, it seems like not as many people really care about the creative build episodes as they do the ripple effect episodes. So I might just get through this project and strictly focus on ripple effect. I wanted to do a poll because I'm always complaining that YouTube polls are being misused for people in this algorithm. It's like I wanted to do a poll like, hey, do you actually want me to continue this build series or should I focus on this? And then it turns out you can only make a poll if you have over 1,000 subscribers, which I don't. So that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's
stupid YouTube.
Unfortunate.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people with 1,000 subscribers. It seems like I see polls everywhere.
You think, is the sky blue? Yes or no? Why is that a poll?
Yeah, they're all like that.
They're all like that. Do you like your eggs scrambled or over easy? You're a gaming channel. Why does it matter?
Yeah, is that relevant? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's none of your business about my eggs.
Don't you worry about my eggs. All right. Should we go ahead and hop into some snapshot news?
Yep, again.
Again. All right. So snapshot 21W10A. They've added lush caves as an underground biome, added cracked deep slate bricks, cracked deep slate tiles. I told you guys last week that there were going to be new textures coming, that we had not seen them all. There is now an infested variant of deep slate found underground. Ugh, worms. And then while they do not generate in the default world, deep slate versions of copper, emerald, and coal ores have been added to the creative menu for map makers and data packs, which I super like, because I've already thought about ways to use those outside of creative map building and such.
Yeah.
Hello, Comicoin.
Yeah. You had a Comicoin. Would you use an egg? How'd you do that?
Yeah, so the way Comicoins worked on Comicraft was, so they would randomly drop from skeletons, spiders, witches, creepers, and zombies. It was like, was a 1 in 100 chance that they would drop. And all it was changing the loot table to a spawn egg. And this spawn egg was a spawn egg that didn't do anything. It wasn't attached to a mob or anything, so you could have it, and you could click all you wanted, and it would never use the egg, and it was considered a stackable item, so that worked really well, so we could have stackable coins, and we just changed the texture to this cool-looking coin thing that Bank designed. He just kept sending me styles and stuff. I was like, yeah, that one. Can we mix these together? And sure enough, we had a cool-looking coin, and that was just using this spawn egg. Well, they took that spawn egg out. So now every egg is attached to a mob or associated with a mob. But diamond ore and coal ore, all this stuff in deep slate texture, which you cannot get in normal survival, it's perfect for stuff like that. Because you can just be like, okay, I'm going to add this block to a loot table, change its texture to this, and bam, now we have coins again.
Then you can trade for it.
We were using coins we had custom villagers that would trade custom heads, so you can do some decorations and stuff like that. And I always felt that was a better way than just switching to game mode creative and spawning in a command block and just giving yourself custom heads and stuff. Because we had like 3 villagers with close to 100 different heads you could choose from. And each head was a coin, so if you really wanted a head, you could go to any grinder and spend 10-15 minutes and get a coin. so it wasn't excessively expensive. But at the same time, I think all the shops still use diamond as currency.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like someone was farming currency for no reason.
I could see it now, though. Jimbo coin.
Jimbo coin.
Jimbo coin. It's going to be a thing. It's going to sell.
I would rather have a versus doubloon.
Oh.
That would be much cooler.
Yeah, Jimbo coin. It rolls right off the tongue.
All right, guys. Jimbo coin or a versus doubloon?
Yours sounds cooler, though. But
I know. And I had all day to think of it.
Oh.
Because we have to do the show again because somebody.
Yeah, I can't. I gave you like a layup for that slam dunk.
Yeah.
I'm still going to stick to it, though. Jimbo coin 2021.
Anyways, so those changes are really cool. They're definitely going the right way. Do you want to read us out some lush biome stuff?
Yeah. Okay, the access. Okay. I keep thinking we're going over things, but we went over things earlier. I'm confusing it to where everything is. Okay. Lush caves. Underground biome now exists for use in single biome worlds.
Mm-hmm.
It does not yet generate in other world types, so you can get it in a single biome world. Moss covers the floors and ceilings. Spore blossoms grow from the ceiling and drip particles. Contains clay pools with drip leaf plants growing out of them. Contains azalea bushes and flowering azalea bushes. A azalea tree loves to have its roots into lush caves, so if you find an azalea tree, either underground or in a cave, you know there's a lush cave beneath you. Cave vines and grow berries grow from the ceiling and light up the caves.
Yeah.
Did so much better this time around, probably because I read it before.
Yeah, we had so much trouble reading the script earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
But these lush cave biomes, and again, I'm saying caves and cliffs is not going to be in my top 5 favorite updates, but lush cave biomes is absolutely stunning and beautiful and might be one of the prettiest biomes in the game.
I agree with that. I think it looks fantastic. And you know you're kinda in the lush biome because of the glow berries. You know, it gives its sign of like life, like light.
Mm-hmm.
Like here's a little bit of a safe haven. We kind of talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted like a safe haven underground.
Yeah.
You kind of get that with this, but there's still going to be spawns, but you got the glow berries to help.
Yeah, that's my biggest worry, because you could really see it in this snapshot that whenever you went to an area that didn't have glowberries, it's so dark. That glow lichen really doesn't do anything to stop spawning. So you're just fighting horde after horde, especially because zombies can see so far in range. So by the time you kill everything that's near you, all that stuff that could see you from across the way has now worked its way back at you. Now you're fighting those guys, and at the same time you're trying to light it up so you're not getting attacked anymore. And then a spider has jumped out of the ceiling and is now biting you in the face, and then a creeper has snuck up behind you to try to give you a hug. I don't know how they're going to balance mob spawns in these caves, because right now it really does feel overpowered.
Yeah.
Just made up an entire situation. Jimbo's like, yeah.
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 I'm just out of it. I read that right, and then that was it. That took all my energy.
Jimbo's like, I'm done.
I read that. That's all you got.
All right, well, let's get into some other cool stuff. The changes for this snapshot. Cobbled deep slate can now be smelted into deep slate. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Deep slate can now be placed along any axis. Again, that's something I called last episode. Lightning rods can now be waterlogged. That seems kind of dangerous, like throwing a toaster in a bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Fossils in the deepest part of the underground generate with deep slate diamond ore instead of coal ore. I guess it's because coal ore doesn't naturally occur in the deep slate area.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I didn't know coal was big around fossils anyways, so.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with that.
Yeah, and then textures of deep slate and some of the ores have been updated. Textures this update look beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. I love the new textures. It's great.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole deep slate change. What was it before deep slate?
Grimstone.
Yeah, it was Grimstone. Yeah, either way, it's a pretty nice addition.
Mm-hmm.
it mentioned the variants, how you can actually place it how you want it. Kind of similar to like an oak log.
Yeah. I was really worried when they showed the new Deep Slate how it had that weird texture on the top. I shouldn't say weird because it's not a weird texture. It actually makes sense the way it's done. But they do it with sandstone. And I hate that on the sandstone. It's so weird. It's to the point where if I wanted that top texture, I'd just go smelt sandstone into smooth sandstone and just use that. To me, that's way more useful. But now that I can rotate this and put it on any axis, that's great. That's super useful.
Yeah, you can use whatever texture you like.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning rods that are waterlogged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that could help for creeper farms. I mean, the creeper has to be in water for it to be hit with lightning. That could be helpful.
I'm more thinking of a new way to go fishing.
Ah, yeah, I mean, that could work. You would figure, that is our physics.
That's so mean and totally goes against everything Mojang's about. So I'm not really sure the thought process between that. I would have assumed that water would pop the lightning rod like it does a lot of redstone and rail components.
Mm-hmm.
But instead we can waterlog it. And I'm guessing it's because they're trying to give the lightning rod more decorative uses than anything else. But now all I can think about is finding a lake, throwing a lightning rod in there, and seeing if I can get some fish.
Yeah, I haven't seen it tested. I doubt it happens.
Exuma tested it, and it still popped the rod. It's technically not waterlogged still.
I didn't see that.
Or it didn't pop the rod, it just air blocked it around it, so... Not a thing yet.
Oh, okay. Like all nervous with my mic. Every noise that I make, I try to be real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have RTX voice. It's weird.
Trust me, you sound better without it on a blue snowball.
That's sad.
It's sad, but it's true. Don't worry about it. Let's get into ore distribution.
Yes, overworld ore generation has been tweaked. More emeralds in mountains. More lapis. Less copper, gold, and redstone. Smaller diamond blobs, but slightly more frequent. Less diamond ore overall, though.
Mm-hmm.
Less iron, and it generates lower down. And reduced air exposure to coal.
Had all day and still forgot to put the L on coal.
Yeah, I know what it is. But I got mixed feelings about this, of course.
I do too.
Those blobs aren't eight vein blocks anymore.
No, they are not.
You're not going to find those.
You're lucky to find 3 or 4 vein blobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope it's not as, rare as netherite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm starting to think. That's like pocket size. Netherite pocket size. I think it goes up to 4.
Yeah.
But that's a rare thing. We don't know about the diamonds.
I am not a fan of this at all. I keep saying it, especially with the reduced air exposure. If you want me to cave, have me cave. If you're going to hide all the stuff I want, I'm going to mine. And if that's the case, don't update the caves. I'm all for you saying I now need to travel through the caves. The caves are better for all of this. But now you're hiding the ores I want and making them harder to get because now there's less of them. So I'm still going to have to mine like crazy, and I'm not even going to be branch mining anymore. I'm going to be doing the grab a beacon and speed mine because I'm going to have to kill every block to try to find my diamond stuff now.
Yeah, usually when I branch mine, I have like a 3-block gap in between them. You can't do that anymore. It's got to be a 1-block gap, maybe a 2 if you're lucky.
I think I'm going to set a new challenge for me next season, maybe. No mining for diamond ore. This all kind of depends on custom currencies. If maybe we can push that.
Jimbo coin.
But think about it. I bet you it's easier to breed villagers and get all your diamond tools and armor from villagers than it is to go mining now to get it.
Probably. I think Magoo and Carlock started like that. They didn't mine any diamonds or anything. I mean, granted, when you make farms and stuff underground, you're going to run into some.
Mm-hmm.
Depends if you need to go down there.
Yeah.
What the bad thing is you get more spawns lower down, and that's where most of the diamonds are, deep underground. You can still go to 11, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
and find diamonds. They won't be as abundant as they are down low, but still down low, they said they're, the smaller pockets are just more frequent. But down low, the block to mine is, it takes more time. What's the word I'm looking for? Your efficiency per block, it's not very good. So
yeah, it's
going to be hard to, beacon mine anything down there. You're going to have to stay above that area to beacon mine anything. Yeah, it's mining down there is going to be a pain, especially with those, smaller pockets of diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to worry about those infested blocks now. Jeez.
I'm sure they're only going to be in like the taiga areas like they are now.
I think mountain.
Mountain, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of this. And like I said, if you play on a server that switches to a custom currency, which I think is just really cool, you can still get all the tools and stuff you need from villagers at a relatively cheap rate. So it's like, why not try that?
Mm-hmm. And they trade everything now.
Yeah.
You can trade stone, trade them anything.
I can't tell you how emerald rich I got off of stone this week.
Yeah.
It's insane.
May have to sell mine.
One thing I forgot to talk about when it comes to villager trading is I found a trader that had cyan terracotta as a trade.
Yeah.
And I got super excited because I love cyan terracotta. It's one of my favorite blocks to build with. And it's a 1 emerald per block. So I just loaded my inventory full of emeralds. I'm like, I'm going to get as much cyan terracotta as I can hold. It's going to be awesome. And it locked out of the trades within 12 trades. So I got 12 blocks.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Come on, villagers. I'm okay with the 1 emerald to 1 block, but that needs to be more trades.
Yeah, what does he think you're building, a doghouse? You need more blocks than that. He's got to go to a station.
Yeah, the room that guy was born in took at least 4 stacks of cyan terracotta. Come on.
Right. Yeah, what's he think this is?
But anyways, let's get into technical changes, because there are some large technical changes in this update too.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the smaller ones, though, is the give command can only give up to 100 stacks of items. So you can get 6,400 stone or 100 iron swords. Why you would need 100 iron swords or 6,400 stone, I don't know. The other thing is maximum size that slimes can be summoned is now 128. Why are you summoning in so many slimes? No clue.
That's plenty. 128's plenty. You don't need any more than that.
You don't need any more slimes. The game has spoken.
They divide and everything and multiply.
Now, the big thing is the game is now running on OpenGL 3.2 core profile, which it's seeming like it's now running shaders locally. So what they have in the notes is that all fixed function rendering has been replaced with shader-based rendering. Shaders are now included for all supported render states. Any shader except for bit shader can also be replaced in resource packs. For now, replacing these shaders is not officially supported in the way it works may change in the future. The current rendering engine uses a system similar to post-processing shader pipeline. There are some differences between both systems that cater to the slightly different requirements. So we're getting shaders locally now. No more needing to go get Optifine to install.
Yeah, at first when I heard about this, I was thinking this is going to help the world render.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was talking about how I was a little nervous about how everything's going to render in with the new height limit and depth.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a shaders rendering system.
For now, that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with you. When I first read it, I thought it was going to be something like Sodium that really helps PC performance if you guys are having issues running the game. So Sodium, Optifine has that shader thing attached to it, but they're really just performance boosters. So that's what I thought this was going to be. Again, I highly recommend Sodium. It's crazy, but it doesn't kind of look like that. And it's all in the way the videos me and you watched presented this.
Mm-hmm.
They more presented it as a shader thing. You could see ripples in the water. You can see leaves moving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's definitely, you can tell it's like the first stage. It's just coming out. They're just getting into this whole. It's a new thing.
Yeah. So my worry is if you're already running Minecraft on a potato PC. Prepare for your potato PC to be a baked potato PC.
Ooh.
Looking at you, Carl.
Ooh, Carl.
Carl loves his Mac, and we've been ragging on him to upgrade to a PC for a long time, and he won't do it. He stands by his Mac, so I give him respect for that, but I'm calling it a potato, Carl.
Mac potato.
Mac potato.
Carl likes mac potatoes.
In a good mood this afternoon, I don't know if you can tell.
Does sound good. Mac potatoes does sound good.
It really does. It's at like a... Oh, no. Let's stop getting off topic. We save that for all the Patreon stuff.
Yeah, we can't talk about food right now. We'll never stop.
Never stop. Anyways, so listener comments, there wasn't a ton that we felt would fit with the show theme today. So there was one where some people posted a picture trying to get me to look at the cliffs, because I keep complaining there are no cliffs in the cliffs update. And I stand by, there are no cliffs in any pictures being sent. And I think a lot of you guys are actually agreeing with me here. Because when you think of cliff, all I'm seeing in these pictures are steep inclines. I mean, I want a sheer cliff. The top of said point should not have any spawnable blocks below it, if that makes sense. To me, that's a cliff. So it's kind of inward.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to explain on a microphone without visuals.
When I think of cliff, I think of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, perfect.
It's kind of like a cliff.
Yes, an overhang, Firestar, correct.
Yeah, overhang.
You should not have a stair step upwards to call it a cliff. If you have a ledge where things can spawn, not a cliff. That's just a really steep incline.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference. Yeah, still yet to see the cliffs.
Yeah.
But what the picture we saw with the mountains, they look amazing.
Yeah.
They still look amazing the way they're generated.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. The mountains, gorgeous. Everything in this update, gorgeous.
Mm.
You can tell there's a lot of hard work being put into this. I'm just saying, call it something else.
Mm-hmm.
Except for bundles. I don't like bundles.
Caves and mountains. No, that doesn't. Well, I don't know if that sounds right. Cliff sounds good. We just need cliffs, that's all.
We just add one cliff, and I'm good with it. But so far, no cliffs. And cracks don't count.
I'm still looking forward to that. What's that biome? The mountain biome. It sounded like a cliff.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Man. Oh, well.
Yeah, you have cracks. I'd be fine with caves and chasms. That's cool.
Okay.
You
right.
have that in the game. That's fine.
Caves and cold? No.
Yeah, no cliffs so far, but that was a very beautiful picture of the mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
They are way better than the mountains me and Bank created for Comic Craft Season 3.
Yeah. I mean, no comment.
You didn't like our homemade mountains?
These mountains look good, man. They look good.
All right.
No, your mountains look good, but man, they're doing a really great job.
They are way better than my mountains.
A lot better than I expected.
Of course, this also brings up something I'm worried about that I saw in Comic Craft with our mountains, is that mobs tend to walk uphill a lot. So do you remember? You would just get to the top of a hill or something, and there'd be like 10 mobs at the top of a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's still in the game. I'm going to have to look and test that, see if that's still a thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice if, some of the biomes you notice, they have layers of snow on top of the snow blocks. Hopefully some of those areas become, safe from spawns because of that.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, though. I think it's more of like a terraforming look more than something.
Well, I think it's, 2 snow layers and you're safe from spawns.
Yeah, and it looks like there are occasions where you can see a couple snow layers.
Mm-hmm.
More than one, at least.
Anyways, that comment was from our Discord, and our Discord is the only place you can talk to everyone who works on the show easily. Just take Brownie Bit's word for it.
Hello everyone! Your favorite sweet treat, Brownie Bits here, and I am a member of the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to get to know the people from the show and share cookies with your favorite like-minded Minecrafters. It's the only place to throw cakes at... submit your questions for upcoming guests and share your opinions about the game. Add brownies! excuse me, Sugar Rush the Discord today using the link in the show notes, and I will see you there.
All right, thank you for the Discord ad, Brownie Bits. Speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in our Mending Minecraft vote. This week, we asked you to choose between one of 3 biomes for us to discuss and improve, and your choices were Savanna, Mushroom Fields, and Bamboo Jungle.
And the winner of Mending Minecraft this week is, if you listened earlier, you would know it is... Mushroom Fields.
Yeah.
Or Mushroom Fields. Is it Mushroom Fields? Yeah, Mushroom Fields.
Mushroom Fields. No mushroom. We had this talk. It's really... Jimbo's about to say the words mushroom and mushroom a ton in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're going to get swapped a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to switch them around just for the heck of it. The Mushroom Fields had 36 votes. Next up was Savanna with 18 and Bamboo Jungle with 6. No one likes Bamboo Jungle.
No one likes the Bamboo Jungle.
I guess it's kind of new.
It is the newest out of all of these. So that's probably why I didn't get any votes.
Yeah. And who doesn't like a good mushroom island?
Carl loves them.
Yeah, Carl lives there. He would know about these. Where's Carl? Carl should read this. No. Mushroom Fields are a rare lush biome. It is the rarest non-variant biome in the game, though there is another variant called the Mushroom Field Shores. So I don't know what that statement was.
You can't be the rarest biome and share the rarity with another biome.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Kind of contradicted itself. The Mushroom Fields biome, I did it again, consists of a mixture of flat landscape and steep hills that have mycelium instead of grass blocks on the surface, and also generate giant mushrooms as trees. The mushroom biome usually generates as a single island surrounded by ocean, though it occasionally generates touching land on the side. The biome is home to the mushroom cow, or the mushroom. Only mushrooms and bats can spawn in this biome. The only place you can grow giant mushrooms in the daylight is the mushroom island, or the mushroom fields. I don't know. You can call it whatever. I don't understand.
Jim was like, I'm done. I have 1 line left. I'm done.
Mushroom. I thought it was an island. Here it's a field. I don't know. I'm just confused.
You have 1 more line.
I mentioned that. The other variant was the mushroom field shore.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. This was a hard one to kind of create a better version without overstepping. And that's something I'm going to go into a little bit of how I thought process upgrading biomes.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff I like to do is I like to add a new mob, usually peaceful for the area. I like to add a new tree type for the area. Let's face it, you can't have too many different trees. Those are awesome.
Especially if it don't have its own.
Exactly. I like to add a village if it doesn't have its own. And I think that's kind of it. Those are my 3 big sticking points. And it was very hard to do any of that for Mushroom Fields. So in the thought process, let's go with the tree, because that's the obvious one. Thinking of how to put a tree on a mushroom field. You talked about that. They're using giant mushrooms as trees.
Yeah.
That's all kinds of fungus.
Right. That's all it is.
You're not going to have living trees in this fungus. So one of my first thoughts was going back to items that are no longer in Minecraft. You have the petrified wood. So what if you had a petrified tree that was there? So this tree grew before the island became a mushroom island, and all the mycelium fungus just sucked the life out of this tree and petrified it in place. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah, give it like a stringy kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm picturing, like a worn down, depleted petrified wood tree.
Another idea is a lot of the nether growth works really well on the mushroom biome.
Yeah.
Nether trees, especially the crimson variants, would look very good here.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they are mushrooms when you plant them and grow them. They are fungus.
Correct.
So
they are
it
fungus.
would make sense for them to grow there. in a fungus environment.
Very true. Going to the mob for the area, we have the mushroom cows, and there's such... You can't think of anything else that goes with this biome better than these mushroom cows. So, honestly, the only changes I would do is get rid of the bat, because the bat shouldn't be in the game. The bat stinks. The bat's annoying. The only cool thing about the bat is when you turn the data pack on to get mob head drops, and it drops the bat head, and you put it on, you're like, I'm Batman. That's the only good thing that comes out of bats.
Yeah, the bat head.
The bat head.
Bat head's pretty cool.
And you can't even get that in survival games, so get rid of them. The next thing I would do is make it a rare possibility, just like pink sheep, but have the brown mushroom cow spawn on an island, so players can be like, wait, that one's a different texture. How did it become a brown mushroom? And now you have players trying to figure out ways to make brown mushrooms. So that could be very cool. A way to kind of throw that in there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever saw a natural one. You have to breed.
They have to be struck by lightning to get them to turn brown.
Ah.
So having a super rare one spawn naturally will at least kind of throw that in there that, hey, you can actually do this. And next, a village. This area doesn't have a village on it. And my thought is, why would anyone live in a mushroom island? It's covered in fungus. The area probably stinks to rotten death. So of course there's not a village there. Nobody's living on this island. So it makes sense not to have any villagers from this area.
Except Carl. Carl lives there.
Except for Carl. The only other thing I could think of that I thought worked really well is maybe have the amethyst geodes poking through the surface, because they have those purpley colors, and now it allows players to know that those are there also. So when they go underground, they know what they're looking for.
Yeah, make it more of a chance to spawn there.
Yeah.
The bad part about those geodes, you can't move them.
Correct.
So it's hard to... They're going to be a pain to find under the surface in a convenient place. So if you could find one at the top of the surface, especially on a mushroom biome where it's safe, yeah, that'd be pretty convenient.
I think it would be.
I do have an idea of putting a toad on the mushroom island.
Yeah.
I think a toad would fit in there. There's talks about a frog going to the swamp. I mean, it could be a frog. I could care less if it's a frog or a toad. But I would really want that to eat bees. That's my main go at it.
You and the bees, man.
It would fit. Just makes sense. I think it's destiny.
You can't keep forcing frogs and toads into every biome so you can get something that kills bees and then call it destiny.
They already gave us a little taste of it. I just need that bees. We just need confirmation of the bees, and I'm all in. I'll be the toad, sage toad of the server.
Oh, well, me and Aubni have a bee farm, so...
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't visit you guys. We did, Carl was telling us how he had phantoms spawn on him.
Yeah.
In the mushroom biome. And on the wiki, it mentions how they're not going to spawn on you unless you leave that biome. Now, there are instances where inside of mushroom biomes might have like a mini, ocean biome or river biome in the middle somewhere. That you might be passing through to spawn these phantoms. That could be possible.
Correct.
But as far as I know, they can spawn there.
Well, and I thought about this more this afternoon. What if it's because Carl leaves his home, like goes into the nether, goes to the shopping center, even though it's daylight, and then comes back to the Mushroom Islands? Like, maybe that can actually cause it to change and have them attack him. So I wonder if he just stands there for, what is it, 3 nights or something like that? Probably more like 4 or 5, really, if you want to get some good spawns. Just stand there 4 or 5 nights in a row, nothing happens. During the daytime, leave and come back and see if the next night phantoms attack.
Yeah, maybe you gotta leave to trigger it. I don't know.
Maybe. Like, I agree with everyone. It should be obvious that if you're on a mushroom island, phantoms should never spawn, period.
Yeah, it goes against the rules.
Right, goes against the rules. I'm wondering if I'm correct in thinking him just leaving the island at any time, even though it's daytime, is enough to trigger these phantoms.
Yeah, and when you play nowadays, the mushroom biome does go from top to bottom. from that chunk. That's probably not going to be the case in the future. It might stop, above you. The mushroom biome might only go so high. You might have phantoms spawning right above that. We don't know how that's going to work. And below, again, you might have spawns. You might think you're safe when you're digging down, making your cave underneath, and you run into a lush cave or something. So that's still up in the air how that's going to work. The vertical biomes.
Just when you thought it was safe to go underground again.
No. On the mushroom biome.
You don't like my Jaws reading?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was intense.
But that's kind of it. We didn't come up with a topic for this episode because we knew we'd have so much to talk about in the main show. And Mending Minecraft, when we do biomes, those are always a much bigger topic than normal. Kind of a shorter episode this week.
Kind of did it twice,
which means we read through everything a little bit quicker because we already talked about this once before.
I read Dud's mind the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to say.
I made some funny voices and did stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe you guys enjoyed that more. Maybe I should get hyped up on sugar and do the show like that from now on. Or we'll get a bunch of comments that say, you guys went off topic way too much again. Don't do that anymore.
We're definitely going to start with a new mic.
New mic for Jimbo.
Prove that area.
I've got the backup up and running again. So I just need to be reminded to turn the backup recording on.
So far, everything looks good on Audacity. Audacity's still pretty sus on this.
Pretty sus.
We don't know. Could be Audacity messing with my mic settings or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty sus.
But anyways, I think that's going to do it for today's show. Before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aubni, ChiefBigBear, Crock, Firestar, FragileRock, ohbeep, StoneFigure, viperoustuna, and YDYT. Man, that list gets longer every week. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. If you too would like to get access to the exclusive benefits and hours of extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
And one more patron subscriber, Ross Dustboss.
Yes.
Just came in this week. Thank you for joining. And if you like the show, you can share it with all your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, follow us. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to discuss anything, if you would like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been awesome, as always. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.